What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic. And this is Problemista. This is an A24 film. It's currently available to stream VOD, and it's got audio description, deluxe, done by Jedediah Barton, and Laura Post comes in clutch whenever they need to do subtitles, but it's Jedediah is the primary narrator and also interpreter of male characters who speak another language, and then Laura comes in for female characters who speak another language. So, yeah, it's already got a great AD cast to it. So, who's in the cast? It stars Julio Torres. I don't know. I don't know him very well. We don't know each other. But it's got Tilda Swinton, RZA, Greta Lee, and Isabella Rossellini narrates the story. So it's got a pretty decent cast to it. This film I don't think really made much of an impact when it hit, but then again, a lot of films have been like that this year. I really loved Snack Shack earlier this year, and I didn't really hear much about that film either. I heard it from the couple of 3 people who saw it and then posted reviews on YouTube. Most people don't post reviews on YouTube about films they don't think people are going to click on. They're like, I have to only post movie reviews about films that are going to get me large amounts of views. And it's like, but there are more movies than that. Then what are you really doing? Are you are we really being movie critics? I don't think so. So Problemista is, I think, my favorite film of the year so far. Thus far, as of me recording this video. I loved this film so much. Julio, he stars, wrote, and directs this film, and he's a bright talent. I also noticed he has a writing credit for Saturday Night Live, so I don't. Lauren needs to put this dude on stage. I don't know what to say. I thoroughly enjoyed parts of it. Some of his parts do feel like he's debuting as an actor. This is his first time on screen, but also a lot of those times he's also sharing the screen with Tilda Swinton, who is on fire. But if this isn't in my top 10 favorite actress performances of the year, I'd be shocked. I don't think there are going to be 10 more different performances. This one's definitely going to make it. It's going to be a hard one to beat for my favorite best actress performance of the year. I know we got the rest of the year. I know there's a lot to come and a lot of great performances, but I really loved this performance from Tilda Swinton. She is delightful. The writing complements her, and just absolutely hilarious and brutal. And it reminded me so much of Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada. Just cutting. Just the kind of role that's meant for Tilda Swinton to just flourish in. She's so good in this. It's definitely the reason to watch the film. It's about an immigrant from Central America who El Salvador, I believe, actually, if I'm being country specific, who really wants to be a toy maker, specifically for Hasbro. He actually gets to say Hasbro in this, which is kind of amazing. And they have a incubator thing to apply for. So he has some ideas. He applies for the incubator and he doesn't hear back. And meanwhile, he has to have his green card is about to expire, and he has to have somebody sponsor him so he can stay in the country. So he starts kind of doing odd jobs so that he can raise money for this process, but he also takes a job sort of working for Tilda Swinton's character, who has this really long backstory with this artist slash lover slash of hers that was played by RZA that is now frozen, but he left behind these paintings, and she's trying to put on this show for of his paintings, and he's trying to work to really hard to put this show together with these 13 paintings of different eggs and this it's it's very bizarre. Um, that's what I love about it is its quirkiness, is like the specificity with what things are when they're thrown in, and you're like, what is he doing? Um, yeah, he's just trying to put on this show, but meanwhile he's doing all these like side gigs. Like there's a funny scene that hits uh it hits both sides of it. Like it's one of those jokes where you can see it from both sides. And I thought it was funny because he's hired to stand outside and kind of promote something, and it's somebody put that it was like $200 an hour or something like that, or $20 an hour. I can't remember what it was. And he hasn't gotten anybody, and he still wants to get paid. And the guy's like, but you haven't gotten anybody. Like, you haven't gotten any customers, you know? And he's like, but you put per hour. And so there's just kind of both like staring at each other. Like, he's bad at his job, but at the same time, he also wants to be paid the amount of money. Like, he just wants to get paid to be bad at his job. And the other guy's like, but you're really quiet and you don't really approach anybody. So, um, it's very interesting, and I like where Julio's mind is, like as a writer. I even think his direction. There are some choices here that he makes as a director, because this film does get a little trippy, like a little just sort of like it kind of time jumps a little bit, and just some of the things are not quite like 100% as you would see them in reality. So I think he's promising as a director. I think he's a promising voice as a writer, and I think he's an interesting voice on screen. So, welcome, Julio Torres. He does have a couple other credits, but he doesn't have that many credits. Like, he's popped up in a couple other things like Search Party. But, you know, that's, I guess you'd have to be a huge fan of Search Party to be like, I know who this guy is. He just doesn't have that many credits. So, yeah, Problemista, check it out. The narration here is really good. Of course, because it's Deluxe Jedi Barton, it was always bound to at least be sufficient. I thought it was really pretty strong, considering all of the oddities that are thrown in along the way, all of the little like quirky things that make this film different. They make it feel a little bit like a Michel Gondry film. I feel like he could have directed this. Michel Gondry could have directed this. It has, at times, feels influenced by. If I had to guess one influence of Julio Torres, it would be that he's seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So, that would be my guess. So, I think that is maybe the closest comparison that I could come up with would be Gondry. But yeah, please check out Problemista. Tilda Swinton is just off the chain. Just some of her remarks and her withering comments and the way that she stares, and just the way that she just is, her presence. It's the best type of this performance, I honestly think, since Meryl Streep. Although last year I did really love a very similar performance like this in Beau is Afraid. But that one was way more totally just there to berate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that one was there as a angry force of nature. This one has layers to it, and has more screen time to be able to be given some layers, just like Meryl Streep had some layers in Devil Wears Prada. You get to see her in different situations, so that it wasn't just all this one thing, until this one's character has a little bit of that too. So this is the kind of film that I know no one's going to talk about, and it's not going to get any awards. So I'm not even going to talk about that, because no one, it's already been released, it's already on VOD, and no one's talking about it. It's not gonna get any awards. But maybe outside, like, Independent Spirit Award nomination, that would be great. Like, if Tilda Swinton could get an Independent Spirit Award nomination for this film, or Julio Torres for writing, like, that would make me happy. Um, and the fact that it was recognized, the fact that that it then puts the film back out there and encourages people to watch it, because right now there's no real reason to watch it until, like, it just pops up on Max because they get A24 films now, and you're like, oh, Problemista, what is this? I'll check it out. But for some reason, I don't think that happened for Dix the Musical, so it may not happen for Problemista. A24 sometimes picks up films that just the mainstream audiences are like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But there's really not much here that I don't think mainstream audiences wouldn't get. Um, I wish A24 had taken a little bit more time with this and pushed it a little bit harder. Just given a little bit more, given a little bit more love. Its Metacritic score is pretty decent. Its IMDb score is pretty decent. Like, it's not off the charts. I seem to like it more than everybody. But I haven't really found a lot of inspiration this year. So I think previously my favorite film of the year was Prom Dates. So yeah, I'm still looking for, still out there looking for my, where's my golden egg for the year. So check this film out. It's got great audio description and a bright new voice in Julio Torres. So I'm giving Problemista an A. I haven't said that this year for the 20, except for documentaries, for 2024. So Problemista, I love it. And I would love to see Tilda Swinton get somewhere for Best Actress, just somewhere, anywhere, somebody's list, some critics group, some guild, something somewhere. Please put her on your list, just so that I know that other people watch this film. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.